is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to John in Orlando. Hey, John, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm doing great, man.
I want to thank you, first of all, before I ask you about the stock. You and Tim Ward and all the gang at TFNN. I had a really, really good year after the October call you guys made. My 401k is up 72%.
Congratulations, man.
A couple of things I made with Coinbase and other stocks that I made, and I've had a good year.
And we appreciate you growling and prowling with us, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, final hour of the trading day, and we got markets in the red, and we got gold pulling back. Dollar strength right now, but gold, one of the stories. It has been the story. And hey, all things considered, okay, we're sitting just under 4,000, right? We were there a few days ago. But gold, folks, just traded down $110. $110 on the session. We were at $4,075 this morning. We're $100 off of where we were at 9:30 at $39.75, folks. And as you'd expect, the equities, they're trading down more than 2.3%, folks. You got the XAU down 4.75% right now. The HUI off 5% as well. We jump over to silver. We kick it off with metals on a big day in the dollar strength. Check out that spike in silver. Now, silver, I was talking about it this morning on that acceleration. Silver actually took out the high from 2011. Now, you talk about threading a needle. To take out that high and not quite get this high from 2011 in silver, 49.82. We made it to a high today, 49.96. Okay, by 14 pennies, you have this high out there from 1980 of 50.50. Nonetheless, silver pulling back by about 3% as well. You see that decline? And let's start it off with yields. So the 10-year right now, 4.15%. A little bit of higher yield, but we're just back to where we were on Tuesday. Okay? And then you jump over to the dollar. The dollar's a rocket ship right now, man. Dollar trading at 99.50. You see the dollar strength. That's part of the action, if not all of it, driving the gold. Quite a pullback in that gold contract. And, yeah, you jump around to some of the equities, right? Boom. Harmony, 5.2% hit. Just like that. Check out the weekly. Weekly's down $12. Some of these pullbacks. Okay, we jump over to the indices right now. So S&Ps, we're down about 30 points or 0.5%. We trade right up to the highs, almost right where we were Tuesday. Okay, and this morning you kick things off, we get negative action. NASDAQ 100, we're down by 0.3% right now. A little bit of a bounce off the lows. We're trading at 25,247. The Dow off 333 points, almost at session lows for the Dow right now. Crude participating in the rally lower. We're off by $1.27. We're right near session lows at 61.28 for crude right now. And you jump over to NVIDIA. So NVIDIA gets a clear path to sell chips to the UAE. And that's the acceleration. It's another day, another story, and another $50 billion in market cap for NVIDIA overnight. We're at 192.88. Up 2% right now. We take a look at the daily. See what kind of volume we have. All right. You know, yesterday's rally was lighter volume. Not going to be the case today, though. It's going to be a strong hour, and this is, you know, we're bumping up into these larger green bars on NVIDIA. Say it every day, but this market just drifts higher regardless of the volume on NVIDIA shares. You jump back to the markets. We take a look at the S&Ps on a daily basis. Yeah, it's going to be a big day right now. There's some anxiety in this market only because we're trading at these lofty levels. That's not to say the market's in trouble, but the valuations, as everyone's talking about, you better believe that there's a little volatility right now, and you see what can happen in some of these gold miners as well. We'll talk about some of the miners throughout the program. But S&Ps right now, about 1.08 million. We've already done more volume than we did all of yesterday. And on a day like today, we've had some volatility. The dollar's rocking. We could get some action in the final hour of the day. That's the S&P futures. You jump over to the SPY. Yeah, so not quite the same scenario. We'll see if we catch up with yesterday. You did trade lower on Tuesday with volume. You bounce on lighter volume. We'll see if we can trade lower on more volume today. Jump to the NASDAQ 100. Take a look at the volume. Same thing, right? Tuesday you trade lower with volume. You break above the highs on lighter volume. And today we're going to reject those highs with volume. Jump over the Qs. All right, not the same action today in the Qs. Look at that volume in the Qs, only 34 million. We did 50 million to the upside yesterday. You get that big day on Tuesday, though, 58 million to the downside. So the news of the day, of many, but yeah, we got a ceasefire. We'll still see if it holds. 2 years. Man, time is crazy, right? 2 years. Can't believe it. You're talking about those hostages. Years. But it is the first diplomatic breakthrough after months of failed attempt at stopping that war. Reached an agreement. So Israel has begun implementing a ceasefire deal in Gaza after it reached that agreement with Hamas for the Palestinian militant group to release all the hostages. And hopefully it does hold. That's all you can say at this point, pretty much. Hopefully it does hold. All right, we jump around to some other equities with action today. You had Pepsi out with their numbers. Strong numbers for Pepsi. You've been trading higher all day. Check it out. Look at that. 143.78. You're up by 3.5% for Pepsi. Jump around to some of the other Magnificent Seven. Oracle with quite the lift. So much for that acceleration on Tuesday, man, and margins. Oracle up another 3.5% right now. AMD shares giving back some of the lofty gains they've had this week, down by 2% or $4.78. Trading ranges of these equities, man, intraday. Amazon, almost a $5 trading range intraday. You're higher by 0.6% right now. Microsoft a bit lower, but light on the volume. You're only doing about 10 million shares. You're off by 0.9% right now. Google shares, yeah, light as well. Look at the last few days in Google. Some of the lightest volume days we've had in a while. And those are 3 down days on Google, off by 1.5% for Google shares today. All right, and what else is it, folks? It's opening night for the Lightning. That's right. Why not? I got my Lightning jersey on, and hey, Boston, they got it done opening night last night, and they're 1-0, and the Ottawa Senators come to Tampa tonight for opening night in Tampa Bay. And for you Bruins fans out there, you get the Blackhawks in Boston tonight, the Chicago Blackhawks in Boston, 7 o'clock for their second game. But yeah, figured I'd get in the spirit. Hockey season, always excited. We got football and we got hockey. Talk about it. All right, folks, stay tuned. We'll come back. We'll talk some other equities. We have gold down almost $100. S&P's off by 30. Come right back, folks.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We got the S&Ps right now, slightly in the red, off by 30 points. I say slightly, as in we are sitting right now 28 points away from that 6,800 price point, but we hit another all-time high in the overnight session, 68.12. We were at 68.10 right at the beginning of the session, and we've dipped lower. NASDAQ 100, a little bit of a bounce going on right now. You were as low as 25,160. We're up almost 100 points off of that low, only negative by 74 points right now. And we jump around to the heat map. And thank goodness for NVIDIA. Thank goodness for NVIDIA, up by 2%. Now in an index that's market cap weighted, yeah, that's going to be a big one. How about 4.7 trillion? NVIDIA's 4.7. We're only 300 billion away from 5 trillion right now, and that's only $12. And we just moved $12 this week, right? We may have a $5 trillion company before you know it, folks. Amazing. I mean, this year alone, what are we peaking a low at? 86.62. Jeez, up $107. 25 billion shares. $100 is 2.5 trillion. My goodness, 175, 2.6, wow, $2.7 trillion in market cap created almost just since April alone in this equity alone. You know, something that gives me a little pause is you look at all the volume as this thing was really rocking in 2024. And then look at the volume now. These are weeklies, right? The volume now is 800 million, 700, 800, 750, 850. We were doing 1.5, 1.8, 1.5, 1.5. All right, we jump back to gold. So gold's bouncing off the lows. We're only off by $82 right now. We're at $39.88. And yeah, as I was talking about, folks, you know, make sure you just draw a line in the sand. And hey, you're never going to get the high. You're never going to get the low. But draw a line in the sand if you got some of these runs in these gold equities, folks. Whew. Yeah. Vista, off by 20% off of where you were trading yesterday, right? Oh, boy. All right. be careful in these equities, folks. Okay, gold's trading at $4,000, and we just traded up straight from $2,000 over 18 months. And my dad used to say, you don't hold the equities, you hold the metal. And it's unfortunate. So Tim Ward couldn't make it today, and he emailed me at 8 o'clock in the morning. They couldn't make it. He had an appointment. He couldn't make it today, which is unfortunate when gold's down $100. We'll talk to him on Tuesday, okay? And, we'll get the take in that market as we pull back a bit. But, boy, it's been a heck of a run, folks. Gold today off $83. And, the dollar's showing some serious strength here, man. It's not backing down. That's your weekly bar in the dollar. Okay, something's going on right now in that dollar, to put it lightly. You jump to the daily, and the 100's the next mark. You break through 100, man. The trend has changed, and you could make the case that it already changed, breaking out of this consolidation area that really was between about 90 and 97. Because this 100 price point, folks, it is critical in the dollar. And I'm talking about going all the way back 2015. Okay, we trade up to this area originally, and ever since then, you can oscillate above it, but it's an area. That was the floor in 23. That was the floor in 24. It was the ceiling for a bit. Okay, let's just jump around to some other equities that are moving. So Delta, they kicked it off this morning with strong numbers, man. They said they're not seeing any type of a decrease in terms of an impact because of the government shutdown. They earned $1.71 a share on revenue of $15.2 million. The market was looking for only $1.53 on about $15.06 billion. But you've given back a lot of that. I mean, you came into those earnings already higher at about 58. You're at 59. They crushed it on their numbers. Surprising they're giving it back. United, they give back some of those gains as well, trading higher. Whew. These charts are something else, man. Doubling in price from those April, March lows. United, there's your Delta chart. Holding on to gains on a weekly basis. You got some big volume there. You jump over to American. Let's look at all this selling, all right? Check out JetBlue, the airlines. Whew. JetBlue is its own animal and not of a good kind right now. At least that's what the charts say, folks. Man, oh man. Just continues to be a rough one. JetBlue off by 3.8% right now. All right, the other one, Ferrari. Watch out below, man. So they're going to make less electric vehicles than they thought. They decreased some of their guidance. They thought they were going to put out, I believe it was 40% of EVs by 2030. But they changed that to only be 20% of EVs. Let's see. Yeah, so here it is. So in 2030, Ferrari is going to make 40% internal combustion engines, the good old regular Ferrari, or ICE. 40% hybrid, 20% EV. So 40% regular, 40% hybrid, 20% EV. Previously, they said they were going to do 40% EV by the end of the decade. Now, the hybrid and the EV is still 60%, right? So, they got some wiggle room there if they want, but they're calming down on the EV ambitions. And yeah, they're getting pummeled today, man. It's always a tough one when you rip down on volume. We looked at this before. You break below 400, watch out. You're in this equity. Poof. You break below 400, where do you go? And look at this. You're going to do it with volume across the board, man. No matter what. It's only October 9th. We've already done 7 million shares. On the monthly, we did 6.6 all last month. Put it on a weekly. Whew. That's a dicey one, folks. I had that area on this chart before today, right? The last thing you ever want to see is a weekly bar like that where you just take out the entire consolidation of the last year. Oh, yeah. Put a line in the sand if you're in this one, folks, because that's a tough one. Ferrari down by 15.6%. Hey, you looking for a deal? Maybe they'll be giving out some deals in those Ferrari dealerships. S&P's off by 27. Markets climbing back a bit. We'll come right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
S&P's right now negative by 27 points, folks. NASDAQ 100. We might get green if we continue on this pace. We're charging higher from the lows. NASDAQ 100 right now, only negative by 0.25%. We're up 100 points off of the lows, 25,267. This is the area, though, that we turned over at 11 a.m. and turned over at 12 as well, 25,265. Excuse me. So this one's interesting from Bloomberg, okay? And housing, of course, is a big part of it. Retirement accounts are a big part of it. And both of those, right, are difficult to access at times. America's minting lots of cash-strapped millionaires. Much of their wealth is hard to reach. And there it is, your house and your retirement. Well, guess what? It's a tough one to get a hold of. At the height of the Gilded Age, there were 4,047 millionaires in the U.S., okay? Now, 1892. 4,000. If you were a millionaire, you were one of 4,000. Well, today, 24 million. 1 in 5 U.S. households is a millionaire. How about that one? Now, not hard to imagine when you combine in the equity of a home, right? And if you have a little bit of retirement, where this market is right now and where it's been. The S&Ps were at 600 and change not that long ago in terms of market forces, and we're about to hit 7,000, right? I always do the analysis that if you take a look at the S&P and you think about where were we when Trump got elected for his first term, okay? November of 2016, I believe, something like this, right? Yeah, right in here. The S&Ps are at about 2,100. And if you recall, things were going so well that Trump didn't get credit from Democrats because they said, well, Obama put us on the great path and things were already doing so well. That's why it's going up, whatever it is, okay? Things were going well, and we were at 2,100, and that's less than 10 years ago, and we're about to push 7,000. So if you had $100,000 in the market at that point, and that's not cherry picking the lows of 600, folks, okay? If you had $100,000 in 2016, 2015, you're pushing 350. Pushing 350, and that's just $100,000. I say that as in the retirees, right? The baby boomer generation, and down the line you go. Now further down the line than baby boomers when you're combining housing and you're combining retirements. So where are your assets, right? Housing and retirement. Liquid? No. Share of wealth held in each asset type by household net worth. It would make sense, right? If you're just over that threshold, I'm actually surprised that 17% is the liquid number, because that's quite a number when you look at the 1 to 2 million household. That's 12 million of the households of the 24 are just between 1 million and 2 million. You know, keep this in mind when you get real fears about this market and so forth. There is so much. I mean, imagine the opening of the gates, folks, that would come if there was a dramatic slowdown in the economy. The people who are going to be able to access equity in their house, that are going to be able to take out mortgages with equity, even if housing prices go down where they are from right now, let alone what housing prices would do by being able to sign more at a lower rate. Yeah. So they talk about home equity lines of credit in here. Okay, 7.89% is what they're running right now, because that's what people are taking out. Yeah, there's your baby boomers, man. The number of millennial millionaires has more than quadrupled. Gen X on the rise. Millennials on the rise as well. This is from 2017 to 2023. So imagine in 2017, there were barely any millennial millionaires. Now there's 2.6 million of them. That number went from just barely 3 million millionaires from Gen X, which is 1965 to 1980. And I'm right on the cusp. I'm 1980. 7.2 boomers before that. And the silent generation, I guess is how they call them, huh? Yeah, and then they go through what things have cost back then and what they cost now, though. 2-bedroom upstate New York cottage. That was a nice run. 166 to 341. Oof. The C-Ray market. Everything. Look at this inflation. 8 years of dramatic inflation. You see what it can do to the buying power, folks. All right, we jump around to some other equities on the move today. Look at that volatility, man. So MP Materials. Yeah. The rare earth champion. Following a partnership with the Department of Defense. Look at this volatility on this equity. So you gap higher on that deal. We're chopping around at $72. You're up by 2.3% today. And BMO Capital reinstated coverage at a market perform rating. I guess that's not bad when you're trading at $72, up from 20 in May. And how about this one back in focus? So cannabis, Tilray, from 35 cents to $2.10. They're up by 21%. And they report their numbers and they blow it away. Boy, you want to talk about a story, folks. Watch this one. You remember that one? You remember that $300 run? Oh, not even that one. I was talking about this one. Yeah, this run. In 2021, you make a run up to $58 and you're back to 35 pennies. Let's see, we jump over to this equity. That's a $2.3 billion company at this price. They have 1.1 billion shares outstanding. Oof. All right, you got some buying. See if we can get above the action of yesterday. You did 825 million shares at Tilray yesterday. You're up by 23% today, up by 40 pennies. All right, markets continuing to climb right now. We got the S&Ps. Negative by 23 points. NASDAQ 100 negative by 53 points right now. We're breaking through that 25,275 area and jump back to gold. Gold's trading higher as well. We're back near 4,000 at 39.94. Stay tuned, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Markets in the red, but clawing back some of the losses right now. S&P's only negative by 23 points. That's only 0.3% in the red. NASDAQ 100 off by 0.2% or 58 points, excuse me. And, you know, it would be worse if NVIDIA wasn't putting up such a banner day. Hey, it's every day right now. Up by 1.8%. Oracle also adding it, up by 3.6%. AMD giving back, off by 1.5%. Broadcom flat right now at 345. Jump around to some of the others. CoreWeave up by 2.5% right now. Robinhood up by a percentage point right near all-time highs at 152.34. Palantir also near all-time highs, 186.53. You jump over to Tesla, negative by about 0.9% right now. Yeah, you look over some of the numbers of Delta. So they are really close to taking in more money in their premium and economy with more room seats than they do in the entire main cabin. I was talking about this morning, and yeah, they got a whole article on it now. It wasn't even, this one's only out here till 1 o'clock, but the numbers are that close. And they're going to do it as soon as next year, which is remarkable. Much of our growth, if not all of it, will be in the premium sectors. So they expect top line to keep climbing. The carrier caters to high-earning consumers who are still spending despite signs of turmoil in the economy and seeking out travel. The haves and have-nots. Surprising that Ferrari gets slammed when you know the story plays out constantly. The haves, have-nots, but not for Ferrari, man. And yeah, Delta in April withdrew that guidance because things were so wild with the tariffs. I'm glad to see we're out of it. We're back on track to where we were looking to be originally. Much of the airline's growth will be in premium sectors. And yeah, it's the premium seats, man. And Delta up by more than 4%, but they give back some of those gains and you're trading lower. That's some volume. All right, we keep our eye on golds. Negative by $77 right now. You jump over to silver, down by 2.5%. And yeah, folks, if you were tuning in for our man Tim Ward, I mentioned it early in the program. He couldn't be on today. He emailed me about 8 o'clock this morning. So he didn't know the gold was going to be down $100 when he couldn't make it on. I'm sure he would have loved to make it, talk about it, but he had an appointment, couldn't make it today. Let me know early this morning, and he will be back on Tuesday. We'll talk to him. Jump around to see what else is going on. That's the Dow. Let's jump to the S&Ps, the heat map. Yeah, AppLovin continuing to be volatile. Down 4.3% right now. Oracle, NVIDIA, Palantir, Netflix higher by 1.6% right now. Pepsi on their numbers. Costco. Let's take a look at Costco, up by almost 2.9%. There you go. Yeah, this 900 price point. All right. It's not what you want to see on the trade lower. The last couple weeks, we've traded low with volume. We're bouncing with lighter volume. So last week, you do 14.2 million. And ideally, we'll see. It's almost the end of Thursday. You only got one trading day left. But yeah, that's coming down with some volume. That should be a little worrisome these last couple weeks. Accelerating lower with volume. Costco shares. Maybe margins are going to be under pressure. Quite a run, man. I mean, look at this, right? We were just comparing 2017 dollars, what things cost. Costco 2017, $100, $127, $150, somewhere in there, and we push 1,000. You jump over to some of the other retailers. Let's take a look at it. They've all been on a run. Walmart shares down by 1.2% right now, down $1.30 to 101.60. Take a look at the volume on a weekly. Yeah, volume's just trailing off. We got a little bit of selling that week of August 18th. Let's put it on a daily. Yeah, their earnings from 3 months ago, a couple months ago. Jason, not how you like to trade lower there. Yeah, we ripped lower on September 19th. And that was options expiration. Everything had massive volume. It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's how it is. 16.4 million shares traded on the close on Walmart that day. Every single thing had massive volume on the... If you see weekly volume that's huge that week, folks, it's all on the close on that options expiration. September 15th, the week of. All right, what did I just say we did? 16 million on the close of the week. You did 100 million all week. But big volume. Take a look at Kohl's. They got a little bit of an acceleration in the meme mania. A few months back to $21. That's your daily. All right, can't get above this area that we traded into on their earnings in August. On the flip side of that, one of the darlings, TJX. Look at this channel line, folks. Oh, you got to love it, man. You looking to get in TJX? Yeah, this is a good-looking stock, man. You trade higher with tremendous volume, touch the bottom of the channel line, give it up, come back, touch that channel line right near 145, and we're trading lower. So put that channel on your radar if you're looking to get in TJX, folks. Look how it's just classic, right? If you were updating time in the trade, that's a great one. And like I always point out when I look at TJX, ooh, look at Mickey D's. Okay, we're coming down to the bottom of that channel line. This one goes back 10 years. How about that, folks? Look at that. Let's look at the volume. On a monthly basis, on a weekly. Okay. We're coming into the week of June 23rd, and look at this. The high is 290, 219, and the low is 283. And that's what we're coming into right now. And you're doing it on tremendously lighter volume. Right? This week we've only traded 10.5 million shares. We did 26 million that week when you caught that bounce. So that's a nice area of strength if you're looking to get into some Mickey D's. Yeah, so we got a question in the den talking about IREN. Now, if we're writing another copy of Think or Swim, this is what parabolic stocks look like. So that's the hook on this, of course. So IREN Limited, okay, vertically integrated data center business. Australia, Canada, it's a good business to be in. Also mines Bitcoin, data center. So you look at the volume. And you traded higher on lighter volume the week of September 29th. You did. But guess what? You're going to take it out with more volume this week. So how do you square that one, right? Hey, there's some volume on this run, man. You're up by 6% right now. That's the weekly. You take a look at the daily. All right, that's a little problematic. We got highs out there at 63.40 with tremendous volume from Tuesday. Yeah, we're trading above there. We'll finish this up when we come back. Stay tuned, folks.
trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's negative by 21. We get the NASDAQ off by 51. We're finishing up taking a look at IREN. And yeah, good business to be in. And hey, if you're in this thing, right now I'd keep my eye on that day, October 7th. You did 76 million shares on Tuesday. We're trading higher with only 54 million shares. You're breaking higher on lighter volume. When you make this type of run, doesn't mean it's going to end. As in, you just went from $5 in April. You just went from $15 in August. Okay, so you're talking about 2 months, 15 to 64. And so, yeah, volume's lighting up a bit. But hey, as we've seen, it can lighten up and it come back in an equity like this. All right, we talked some ETFs, so check this one out. Now, Direction is a great sponsor, folks, okay? They've supported us for so long. Head on over to the front page of TFNN.com. Hit that Direction banner on the front page. And this has nothing to do with their sponsorship, okay? But it's interesting that they have 2 times bull, Direction does right now, okay? 2 times bull or 1 times bear single stock ETFs. That's what they have available right now in the U.S., all right? And occasionally when we talk to our man Sean Edwards, okay, we get questions, rightfully so. Hey, why don't you have a 2 times inverse, all right? Or why don't you have the 3 times ones that they love? Well, they haven't been approved yet, okay? But do you know where they do trade? They trade over in London. And AMDs, if you were trading the 3 times bear product, they just wiped you out Because why? Because that stock went up 38%. You multiply that times 3, and you have a complete wipeout. So this fund, okay, trading in Linden, had a 38% decline. They had about $3 million in assets is all it was. I say it. ETFs grow pretty large. And they just basically sent it out saying that it's been suspended and delisted, and that's it. And guess what? The ETF companies, they're going to be bringing those to the U.S. And it just illustrates the high level of risk that is associated when you're trading a... And the reason why they don't have them yet, folks, you're short, right? Well, it can go down, and guess what? You can actually probably lose more. That'll be interesting, right? Can you lose more than you put up? Hey, all right. S&P's off by 22, NASDAQ off by 46, gold's off by almost 100.